Oh, okay. I'm gonna side with, I backtracked a bit. I'm gonna side with Ruth to see if she gives me a unique quest.
The Order has always proclaimed patience as a virtue, but I am pleased my waiting is finally at its endpoint. For so long, you have only existed as numerical values on a chart. A bright star in a constellation of possibilities, as it were. Now with your arrival, the Order nears the totality of its goals, provided you are willing to stay aligned with our cause.
Of course, I wouldn't be here if I didn't have faith in the Order's vision for Arcadia.
Faith is trust without evidence. You deserve far more than that. Now then, I gather you already know who I am, but science has shown that good manners strengthen developing relationships by 5.3%. So, allow me to introduce myself. I am Ruth v.a.l.e.r.i.e, third presiding bishop of the Order of the Ascendant, supreme calculator, and, plan willing, the architect of Arcadia's prosperous future.
All right, it's an honor to meet you, Presiding Bishop.
I admit, when I sent my initial message, I did not exactly know who its recipient would be. But I trusted the plan, and lo and behold, it provided you as the solution. Your recent exploits at Greater Tranquility Station have certainly made for compelling reading material. Confronting an assassin, and thereby sparing the delegates' lives before the rift inexplicably destroyed the station? Such a commendable effort is worthy of acknowledgement.
I said that before, so I'll say this. You're welcome. It was a close thing, if I'm honest.
Yes, by all reports it was. But the plan evidently has greater outcomes prepared for Vicar Levin.
Levin seems like a good man.
He is, at that. I consider him a close personal friend, and I cannot say that about many. However, there's something of even greater import we must discuss. It's recently come to my attention that secret communications have been exchanged between Laplace's garden and the undisputed claim. Do you know anything about that?
Your delegate wants the Order and Auntie's choice to make peace. I think that's a mistake.
I agree. I once believed the risks of a negative outcome were acceptably low, justifying the pursuit of a peaceful resolution. But Greater Tranquility altered those numbers. I will speak with Levin and tell him to cease all transmissions with the undisputed claim immediately. The Order does not require a corporation's help to win this war. But now, let us move on from this discussion. The archive remains at the forefront of my mind, as it must be on yours, or else you would not be here.
You're right. I've acquired rift data that I believe may be key to saving Arcadia.
Walk me through your plan, then. Once the data is processed, what then?
Well, I'm hoping the processed data gives me better insight into how to close the rifts.
And so it may, but perhaps we are putting the solution before the problem. Until the Order has control over the archive again, this discussion is all but moot.
I take it you already have a plan? That is your Order's whole shtick.
Charmingly put. But yes, I do. Any way I interpret the numbers, it is obvious the plan brought you here to deliver the archive out of Protectorate subjugation and back into Order hands. But before we go further, you should be aware, by aligning yourself with us in this matter, Auntie's choice will almost assuredly see you as a threat to their interests. Are you prepared to accept that consequence?
I mean, yeah, I'd rather not. I'd rather not making an enemy of Auntie, but I suppose there's no way around it.
Nobly put. But Auntie Cleo made herself an enemy of all Arcadia when she sent her forces into our colony. Do not assign yourself guilt for what we must do in response. Let us now discuss the particulars of what will be required to reclaim the archive. Fortunately, I have given this some thought, and already have a strategy in place.
All right, keep going.
First, we must reclaim Spireton from the enemy. Spireton once served as the Order's headquarters, due to its proximity to the archive. Its loss was an affront, and remains so. More importantly, there is a lift located in Spireton which can deliver our troops into the Archive to assist you against the Protectorate. Unlocking and calling that lift can only be done from within the Archive, however. So you will need to infiltrate the Archive by alternate means, via a bridge connected to Newton. Fortunately, I am told you already dealt with the cultists there. Unfortunately, you will still need to find a way past a small rift currently blocking the bridge.
Well, it's a huge rift that's blocking the bridge. We already said that one, so I'll say... So, retake Spireton, infiltrate the Archive, and unlock the rift. Got it. Anything else?
There is a computronical key that you will also need to locate within the Archive called the Calcaduceus. The Calcaduceus grants special access to the Archive. Once it is back in Order hands, we will have full control over its systems once more.
Alright, how am I supposed to reclaim Spireton?
Exemplars will accompany you in any direct assault on Spireton. But to increase our chances of success and minimize casualties, might I recommend a more indirect approach? Take this access card. It opens a discreet side entrance on the western side of Spireton, just past a collapsed portion of the outer wall. Once inside, it may be possible to divert power from the Protectorate's turrets via a nearby terminal. The same card should grant you access to the building housing the terminal.
She did not give that to me in the other playthrough. So if you side with the piece or the joining option to make the two work together, that wasn't an option. She didn't give me a key card. All right. Any other ways you might be able to help me once I'm inside the Archive beyond additional firepower?
Given accounts of your assistance around the garden, you have more than earned equivalent support in your noble endeavors. In anticipation of occupation, I ordered supplies installed in hidden caches around the Archive for emergency use. Should you encounter some, this passcode will grant you access.
She also did not give me a passcode for that. And also, how are you getting hidden supplies in the Archive if you don't currently control it? Okay, the Archive will be back in Order hands before you know it.
May you achieve progress in accordance with the plan.
Failed to cite her work completely. I worked with presiding Bishop v.a.l.e., you know. Now there was a serious scientician.
Welcome back, Agent. Is there some evaluation I can do for you?
You went to a lot of trouble to recreate Eden's conditions here on Cloister. Why?
Call it proof of concept. Laplace's garden is more than its aesthetic. It offers a vision of a future free from the despotic rule of narrow-minded jingoists, where the fruit of the plan can finally ripen. It saddens me to see the garden so despoiled by our wartime presence. But with the loss of Spireton, necessity dictated we quarter here in the interim.
How does one become presiding bishop of the order?
Oh, the Laureate Council simply draws a name out of a hat.
We said this one last time. That doesn't seem very scientific.
No? Go figure. In reality, I was recommended for my position by the preceding bishop. Paired with my skills as a seer, I was the natural choice when it came time for the council to vote.
Why did the last presiding bishop recommend you?
My predecessor, presiding Bishop v.a.l.e., and I had a close working relationship. He knew I possessed the skills and temperament for the role. I counted him a friend. v.a.l.e. shared with me his doubts about the Order's partnership with the Protectorate. The compromises made. He had many such regrets at the end of his life.
Okay. Do you think v.a.l.e. would approve of everything you've done as bishop?
Likely not. But it is the responsibility of every student to surpass their mentor in understanding and sentiment. And I can reliably assert that I have done that.
All right, let's...
May you achieve progress in accordance with the plan.
So we get the quest. Methods of applied force. Presiding Bishop has offered to help you gain access to the archive to analyze your rift data if you can get her troops inside and reclaim the archive for the Order. Optional objective, capture Spireton. And if I put these in the order that I put them in, this annoyed the hell out of me, and I will get into it. Okay, so here's the other thing. Is Inez hostile to me? I don't think so. I don't think any of my companions are gonna ditch me. I'm not gonna go check. I'll find out at a later time. Because right now, we're going to go claim Spireton. So when you, and the reason why it's annoying, I'll talk about it during the loading screen. The reason it's annoying is because when you side with both, when I chose to side with both parties, Ruth did not give me, which she did in this one, I can look to make sure I'm not wrong. Ruth did not give me the Spireton Access Override card. I thought she gave me something else. She gave me a password to get stuff while I'm inside the archive, and she gave me this key card to override the turrets. She doesn't do that if you choose to make the two groups work together. Or at least I didn't see that option when I chose to make
Couldn't help but notice that book collection of yours. Never expected an assassin to be so well read.
I'm not. I keep them on hand as improvised weapons.
This is one of those moments when I can't tell whether or not you're having me over.
Some have complained that sprat mucus, a complete analysis, is too dense, but I found it perfect for inducing cerebral hemorrhaging.
Sounds good. Yeah, so it made no sense that the best ending is supposed to be you make the two groups work together. They say that when they're telling you the options. Choose this group, or choose Auntie, choose Ruth, or choose both. Or I don't remember how they word it. They're like, oh, maybe there's a better option where they both can work. And so you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do that then. So why would she not give you the key card as well when you are choosing to side with her? And it annoyed me so much. Again, if you've watched that one, I had to cut out 40 minutes of me raging, running around this entire location, hoping to find a second key card, because you would think maybe there would be a spare key card if you choose not to go with her, to turn the turrets off. Because even though these are just unnamed, well no, one of them is named. Even though these are just NPCs, they really don't matter. I don't want them to walk through the gate and just get mowed down by turrets, which is what happens. How are you still seeing me? Because it's white snow and I'm probably wearing something very obvious.
Yeah.
And now we only get 4 soldiers. If you do the other one, if you make unification between the two, you get 6 soldiers, 3 from each, which now makes no sense. Why didn't they give us 8 soldiers? But what these guys basically are gonna do is they're just gonna walk through this doorway. That's their battle strategy, is to walk through this funnel where there are 2 turrets, 2 dragoons, and a bunch of soldiers that just mow them down. It's so stupid. And one of the people is named, so I don't know if he had a quest for me, because he died, because he walked through the gates. I'm not gonna get into it, I already basically did. I thought it was stupid that she did not give me the ability to turn the turrets off, but now I do. Exemplar Levesky?
Ah, precisely. I was informed to expect you here and now by presiding Bishop v.a.l.e.r.i.e herself. Thus, it is so, as predicted. It is time, yes, that we commit our forces to your intended assault on Spireton?
Wait until I've destroyed the turrets, or disabled the turrets. Once that occurs, you're cleared to attack.
Oh, a change in plan. An unanticipated, strategic refinement. We shall await the signal, but should the situation deteriorate, we will intercede. Our scheduled reinforcements should be here in no time. I'm sure they'll arrive at the most optimum moment.
So basically what he says is, if anyone detects us, if any shots are fired, they storm the gates. So obviously while I was walking around looking for the key card, I got spotted, but I said it's fine. I'm going to locate where the key card is and then just reload a save. There was no second key card. Ruth didn't give me the key card. You can't pick Ruth's pocket. You just don't have the key card.
Is it time now to commence the assault? We have remained at the ready. Oh, a change in plan. An unanticipated...
You just don't get the key card unless you side with her. Sorry, I thought I had to sneeze. I still feel like I have to sneeze. So, we need to get to the turrets. Or the station. So it's that right there. That building right there. And you can sneak up there through that side, which there's a whole sneaking path there, so I thought, maybe there's a reason for that sneaking path. There's not. It doesn't serve a purpose. Instead, we're going to go to the left. And I have my shoddy that's silenced and turns people into ash. And who knows, maybe I did miss the keycard. I did, after I completed this quest, go back over it and never found anything. But who knows, maybe there was a keycard somewhere. I even looked all over this place, thinking, oh, maybe it's out there. Never found it. So the only way to get a keycard to turn it off is to side with Ruth.
Our system is the best anyone has ever had. Perfection is perfect.
Okay. The odds he turns around right when I open this.
Paradigm is ironclad.
Oh, or also, you could have had an 11.
Got some bad company.
You can also open the door with a level 11 lockpick, which, if you watch my playthrough, I don't have because I chose every flaw in the game, so I can't get an 11 lockpick. And I did admit during that playthrough that a lot of these problems were my problems because of the choices I made, but it still is ridiculous to have the best ending, her not giving you a key card. You would think she would want her soldiers to, you know, not freaking die. Hey, where's that robot at? Okay, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming.
I see an unfriendly sword.
So you needed an 11 lockpick. There is no hole in the ceiling, there's no hole in the wall, there's no other way of getting in here. Without a key card, or without an 11 lockpick. And now I can also read the logs that I didn't get to read. Near Future Prognostic Report, Spireton. This is Front 2 Exemplar, v.a.l.e.r.i.e. Just a brief message to note that your usual weekly near-future prognostics report has been largely superseded by the Laureate Council's decision to evacuate Spireton for Laplace's garden. These orders represent a rare occurrence, a near absolute certainty. This is 99.98% likely to happen. However, there remains a 17.9666% chance that Auntie's Choice invaders will overwhelm your position before you and the final residents complete the relocation process. So please, keep ever so mindful, especially of your north flank. Additionally, provident numbers for those still at your location are 3, 179, and the square root of pi. Yours in science, Seer Ogden Landry. Access the defense system. With an hack of 11, I'm guessing I could turn the turrets onto the people here. I don't have that, but I can turn them off. And then, oh, nope, nope. Now I need to get out there and try to save the named NPC. The other ones I don't care as much about, but if he has a quest for me, oh, never mind. I realize where I get that. Oh, there's a shotgun that I wanted. I don't have. That just melts enemies. Oh, now we're in combat, so I can't save. Oh, there we go.
A system abides. Idlers and freeloaders.
Oh, crap. I didn't have my freaking shield out because I never remember my shield. Why is it not a quick swap? It, I guess, technically is a quick swap, but that's 2 button presses. 2 button presses are not a quick swap.
Invasive elements! Seeking cover!
Enemy about.
I'm ready to wait. On your command.
Just don't let the named dude die.
Hey, got a distraction for you. Mobility.
Target analyzed. Lay down fire.
Disruptive influences!
And he's still alive.
Adversary vulnerabilities identified. I have a fix on their weaknesses.
This thing's supposed to fire faster.
Y'all need to give us some space.
Stopped.
The potato is charged. Scanned.
Are you still alive, buddy?
Let me know when you need a distraction.
Do try to limit further damage, Commander.
I don't know where he's at.
Check your scopes for combatant analysis.
And that? Spireton's ours.
Am I gonna have to reload a save? I don't know where he went.
Investigating phenomena.
The reinforcements don't show up until, like, after we finish this. Oh, he frickin' died. Okay. Try again. I gotta know if he needs to survive for a reason. Because why give him a name, right? He could have just been called blah 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 commander. So why give him a name unless he serves a purpose?
Troublemaker approaching.
And I'll take care of him, Commander.
Do try to limit further damage, Commander.
God damn it! I forgot again! The stupid freaking mask. I need it for stealthing. Oh my.
Check your scopes for combatant analysis.
Got a distraction for you.
Electrical dampeners failing.
But no target, no attack. Decades have been its recharging firm. They're benumbed. The fix on their weaknesses.
I'm aiming up. Why are you not firing up? Did you live?
Spireton's ours.
Okay, he lived this time. Okay. I gotta wait till he gets to his frickin' position and stands. And now watch, it's saving his life probably means nothing. But my thought process is still, if you're gonna have a named NPC, because he could have just been called Commander.
Ah, we see you didn't even require us. Our arrival was scheduled for the optimum moment. Apparently we're meant to hold Spireton, not assist in taking it.
Mm-hmm.
Spireton has changed hands several times now, but our data suggests this should be the last.
Sounds good. Okay. So yeah, my thought is, if he's named, there has to be a reason he's named, because why give him a name? It just makes no sense to be like, here's a named dude. There has been a lot of other disappointing things, so who knows?
Sealed. Protectorate's work, no doubt. Isn't there supposed to be a way to unseal this near the archive's entrance?
Mm-hmm.
As predicted, Spireton is ours. Above average work. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have numerous calculations to think about.
Okay. So he didn't serve a purpose, unless once I get the doors open, something happens. I can go in here now as well, because I have the... Or was this a level 7? It wasn't a level 7. Dead Protectorate troops. Why? How? Oh, there's a wedding ring. Regal tarts. Trauma kit. Not special pistol. But it would have given me access to an auto dock. Okay then. Oh, and the Auntie's Choice didn't send a named person, which was the other reason I was thinking that him having a name mattered, because Auntie's Choice just sent a generic general to help out. Here we are. Repositioning directives in case of a predicament. The situation has been rapidly deteriorating here over the last few hours, as Auntie's Choice forces continue probing our defenses. One must assume this is all part of a larger, long-term plan by the presiding bishop, despite how such movement-to-movement setbacks feel on the ground. Oh, as I began jotting this down, we have received orders to evacuate in short order. The timing is understandable, the destination is curious. Despite the unique research study presently underway at Laplace's garden, it has evidently been deemed most ideal fallback location by the v.a.l.e.r.i.e Council. I am deeply gladdened by the prospect of leaving this place, but I question whether I want to take part in their experiment exemplar Lawalder. That's their experiment to control people's emotions through the water, through a chemical they're pumping into the water. But inside we get Little Roar. It's a unique mini rocket pistol. It's not A to loot. Sorry, I played Fallout recently, which was A to loot, and I kept pressing X in it. So now we need to, essentially now we're just doing the quest, a complication with the computronic cerebrum.
Commander, when is the patrol back?
Like, we're just doing that quest with this name attached to it. So let's head on up to Newton. And there are now people here because I chose to kill all the cultists. Through Azza's story, we could have, I guess, made them stand down and leave. But I chose to kill him. So there should be... Doctor? Medicologist Dowdy.
I would query if your day has been positive, but so few folks visit me if their integers are advantageous. So, how can I help?
Supplies?
Of course. I am still replenishing my inventory, but you are welcome to anything I have available.
And it's nothing that we don't already have or is weaker than what we already have. So, buy. And then there's one other one I saw. This person, but he doesn't talk to us. It's another caffeine guy.
Do your own research.
Thanks. And then a shop. Hawker Hampton.
Sure. Well, my first customer since reopening after all the grotesque quantities of calumny, insanity, and calamity. I can't begin to tell you how excited I am to solve the calculus of your required commerce. Would you like to see my wares?
I'm surprised to see you open so quickly after the rift and the cultists were dealt with.
With the Protectorate expelled, the existential threat posed by the rift gone, and that maniac death cult dealt with, there was little reason to wait. Besides, every equation conducted throughout the history of man has confirmed that wherever there are people, there is a need for wares. By moving quickly and beseeching the local laureate with my humble mercantile ambitions, I was able to procure my place amongst the foundation of Newton's noble rebirth.
All right, let's see what you got.
Few things would make me happier.
One decryption key, but other than that, nothing worth it. It's not stuff that we couldn't get anywhere else. And that was the last named person I saw here. So I'm not going to show you everything in this because I obviously already have a video on whatever that was called, a complication. I'm just going to get through this as quickly as possible because it's going to be long as hell. I believe it's 3, maybe 4 hours worth of a quest that could have easily been broken down into other quests. Like, this quest should end once we get inside. Right? Like, the claiming Spireton should have been it's a separate quest. Because we're here, and we're already at... so these tie into the quest, whatever it was called, Confessions of the Sub-Finangler, which we can complete now. Yeah. This quest should have ended basically once you get inside. And then you do the Subcomputronic dude. And we'll also get into that. Look, it's like a face. I said that last time.
Given how entrenched the Protectorate are here, we ought to consider a strategy. Crossing our fingers don't count.
So instead of Inez talking, it's him. I should have just brought only Marisol. Well, we have allies. Can we send for reinforcements?
Now the Spireton's ours. We should look for some way to access the lift controls. Call the cavalry down from within.
Maybe we should also search around. Try to find means to weaken their forces somehow.
Not a bad start, but we should consider calling down backup too. Many hands make for light, slaughter.
All right, let's get the reinforcements. No, let's find means to sabotage, then we secure reinforcements.
All right, it's a plan.
And of course she's okay with that, because she's an assassin. So yeah, if you haven't done the means to sabotage is this quest, Confessions of a Sub-Finangler, which requires you to have done the quest. Actually, I guess it might not require it, but I got it from doing the quest. Oh, I don't freaking know what it was called. What was it? You get a quest to go and find that lady, and then she's like, hey, just so you know, there it is, the case of the mystery rations. You do that quest for Auntie's Choice, and then you get access to...
We must all fulfill our duty to the Protectorate. We're all in this together.
To the other quest when you meet the woman. So we can go up the stairs, but as you see, or I'm up the stairs, we can ride the elevator, but as you see, there's a bunch of people. Instead of dealing with them, we're gonna go into here.
Our enemies envy our prosperity, disdain our sense of community.
I feel terrible. Everybody who ate the latest Crabble rations fell ill. Rumor is somebody died. Was it me? Feels like it was.
Trust the plan. Preserve set progress. Sustain the system. Serve the Sovereign.
Okay, and these were them. And I could have the turret kill them all. Oh no, this is part of her quest! Protectorate declaratory address system. For use by the duly authorized personnel only, interference with ongoing broadcasts is strictly forbidden. That's part of Confessions of a Sub-Finangler. So you found an audio module belonging to one Peoria Quebecer. You may be able to listen to this if you find a decent intercom system. So that means I gotta return up my... Oh, wrong button. My sound effects. And this might get everyone to run to the bathroom when they find out they were eating graphs.
Our enemies envy our...
You replaced the Protectorate broadcast with a confession given to you by Sub Rosa agent Peoria Quebecer. Time will tell how or if the Protectorate troops react.
Remember those rejected grapple graph materials that got shipped here? I sold them to a Protectorate officer who was low on supplies. Said it was imitation crapple meat. She means to pass them off as official rations. Imagine all those whole heads wolfing down failed Auntie's Choice.
Ignore that. I promise you this is merely tomfoolery. There's no way we were eating failed experimental material. Oh,
Oh, that... I don't feel right.
No! Stay away from the turret! No, no!
Fortunately, I lost the ability to feel disgust long ago.
Prudence dictates.
Alright, well...
Remember, all subjects prosper under the guidance of our beneficent ruler, the...
Where is my shocky stick? Thinks they were assigned to the wrong job and terrified to say anything. Is it just the two of you in here?
It is the duty of every Protectorate subject
you're
to ensure they are
far higher. Okay. found the body. Stop finding the body.
It's not just a good idea, it's the law. Feeling distracted? Daydreaming on the job?
All subjects prosper under the guidance of our beneficent ruler.
Don't risk falling prey to imperfect thoughts. Go now.
Prudence dictates we repel invasive elements.
Okay, it doesn't seem to be loud in every area, so I might not have to keep turning the
Material for perfection.
audio down.
From the lowliest subject to the most exalted vigilant, we must all fulfill our duty.
Oh, there's a second turret in here.
We're all in this together.
That's why.
Prudence dictates we cherish all we have and defend it.
Our enemies envy our prosperity, disdain our sense of community. They sneer at our contentment.
Prudence dictates we reject individualism
Has a gear that's sticking.
in all its many forms.
Preserve set progress.
If I hack it, it would just probably start firing, and I don't want to alert the entire place.
Are you mentally refreshed?
Time sentimental refreshment 3. Supervisor told it that charging embiggens the capacitors. It's a robot. Proof that the squeaky wheel doesn't always get greased. Has a gear that's sticking.
The system abides.
Prudence dictates. Eye your neighbors
All
carefully.
disruptive influences.
Wonders when the Sovereign will notice them. The Sprats also get stuff. Unusually vegetarian, but will make...
Lacking the appropriate zeal for their assigned work.
I fulfill my duty to the Sovereign as a loyal Protectorate subject by
It's not
operating
just a good idea, it's the law.
without error.
Feeling distracted? Daydreaming on the job? Mental refreshment centers are there to help you. Don't
Perfect society demands perfect thoughts, and perfection is impossible when the mind is a thing of symmetry.
Prudence dictates we repel invasive elements.
How come sometimes it's showing that I can knock you out in one hit?
Hey now.
We route all
And then other times it was showing that I couldn't knock him out in one hit. Luckily I could knock him out in one hit, but I was just very confused. Bye. Sprat. Just a key.
closer inspection. His gaze sees all. Great. Back to it.
Okay, my question is, no one is near here. Do you alert the entire place if no one is near here?
All it took was some light instruction and a restorative cocktail to abrade my imperfections.
Nope. Good.
landed on a hostile planet day 35. Brought to you by the frigid cold and voracious wildlife. Starring noted self-taught survival expert, myself, Hoyt Schermerhorn.
Okay, auxiliary dabbler Hoyt Shimmerhorn. If he's got something on his head. He has a sprat on his head. My man. You has a sprat on your head. Tossball card Claire Inzarts? Alright, Hoyt. Hoyt. He's Hoyt like a toiga. Carcinization.
Hoyt. Name's Hoyt, right? I've noted some right sophisticated interactions among the Crabbles lately. Intricate courtship rituals. Coordinated group efforts, all about thermal transfer. When my unit was first stationed down here, I kept making excuses to sneak off and observe them. Product research, I said. Very hush-hush. Eventually gave my lieutenant a field promotion and ordered them all away. Been living off the land here like the Crabbles ever since. Their unfertilized roe actually makes for some good eating. Included some with this message. Eat up.
Alright. Pneumatic tube system. This pneumatic tube delivery drops snakes off to somewhere else in the Underlands. The origin were discovered, you could pass an object back through here. So Hoyt's gonna have me do a quest to find something for them. Profound lessons from a self-taught survival expert. Since humanity first stared up wide-eyed and likely drooling just a bit at the stars, we've dreamt of what would happen if we were stranded on an alien world, where the bits in our pocket couldn't purchase all the Auntie's Choice products we deeply rely on. Would we use our previous untapped resourcefulness and heretofore unproven guile to adapt, or succumb to the harsh environment's many dangers, like those weird berries that on second thought look very poisony? There's no berries in here. I don't think I've seen berries anywhere. The way caves are damp and drafty like all the time, and avoiding the advisory non-cuddly wildlife. Well, it happened to me. The following tome dramatically details my many hard-fought lessons, such as remembering to add wood to a fire, how exofauna stubbornly refused to recognize the barter system, to not yell at or throw things at bitey or clawy animals, how to run like the blazes if you forget, and other learnings that prove I really deserve a promotion when my unit eventually returns. I feel like your unit is dead. The subsequent pages are filled with an amateurish array of stick figure drawings and drawings that apparently attempt to illustrate these lessons. All right. Nothing of note. Spratman.
Oh. Not sure how you managed to approach unnoticed. Could be I'd grown so attuned to my surroundings, I became one with the wood and fire and the earth. Were you left behind by your unit too? Are you in need of some hard-fought knowledge about how to fend for yourself? Must say, I've become quite the expert. Why, after only just 2 weeks on my own, I ascertained how to pry open a rations tin unaided. Did you know there's a little opener key attached? It's all going in my manuscript.
That hat is both cool and disturbing. Fascinating. What other sage bits of survival wisdom do you have to impart?
So glad you asked. I've recently evolved into a rugged, self-sufficient individual, fully accustomed to life in these caves, living raw and pure like our primitive, lice-ridden ancestors. Why, just the other day, I reinvented fire. I found a little doohickey I've named a light starter. You simply push a button, and flame comes out.
Uh-huh. How have you managed to survive even a day out here?
Well, firstly, you need to keep your eyes open because oftentimes things want to eat you. Secondly, you can't be too picky with what you eat. Thirdly, not everything you can eat, you should. There's a lot of trial and error involved. Mostly error. Yes, indeed. I know this cave and several of the adjoining hallways, like, well, someone who'd scoured every inch for the barest sustenance.
And again, I'm annoyed I couldn't ask him any of those other questions. We're back to the main story. You aware of any way of accessing the archive?
That big computronic adding machine? Nah. All that electromechanical malarkey is lost on a rugged, outdoor individual like me.
All right, well, have any ideas about how to undermine the Protectorate forces outside the archive?
You might call in reinforcements if the Spireton lift controls were working. I happen to have its missing components in my possession.
But if I guess, had them, I could say, no, I have them? Would you consider handing them over?
I might be convinced to part with them for a small favor. Some key legwork for a mighty hunter. Me, I'm fixing to take down one of the local ursopods. A few sprat corpses would be helpful as bait. Gather some, and we'll make a trade.
Well, I apparently already have some. I have 5 sprat tongue. You have more chance of becoming the next sovereign than you have of killing an ursopod.
If I wasn't so vigorously self-assured, I might find your lack of confidence disconcerting. But no matter. You'll see. 5 sprats is all I need. Their habitat stretches from inside the archive's entrance to all over the overlands. Actually, should be no problem to locate. Here's a fetching headpiece that ought to make it easier. Put it on, and they'll see you as one of their own. Like a fellow sprat of unusual size. Won't run away. Have at it now. I'll learn you all about self-sufficiency and survival yet.
We start the starving reminder. I don't know why you started me all the way at the bottom. Self-taught survival expert Hoyt Schmerhorn, already forgot how to pronounce it, is willing to trade the missing components to the Spireton lift controls. Just bring him the sprats. Well, even though I already have them, he gave me the hat. Sprat hat, 10% base health. Sprat pack. Sprats will see the wearer as friendly. Gain 15% evasion. This bonus is doubled against creatures. Take on the mantle of friend to all sprats, even if you're actually wearing one of their flayed siblings on your head. And then I can wear the king's leathers.
Now, where was I? Oh, right. Did you get the sprats I need? So I might, bait the equal parts canny and fierce ursopod into a trap?
I don't think there's an ursopod down here. Are you just gonna make more weird sprat armor? Because I'm down for that. Here you go.
Finally, give it here.
Suppose that beats auto-cannibalism.
Sorry you had to see that. The parcels of victuals my neighbor sends over the tube have fallen off recently. Barely eaten for days.
All right, well, tell me more about this neighbor of yours.
Sent me over a bunch of recordings, along with victuals. Offered some sound, if harshly put, advice. Looked out for me like no one's ever. Never even seen him face to face.
Oh, I'm sure they're fine.
I do so hope he's all right. Anyhow, suppose we had a deal. Here, I wrenched these parts free out of the Spireton lift controls. Just jam them back in there and kick it once or twice. Should work fine. Drop back in again sometime, will you? Occasionally, I do get a little starved for company.
Yeah, I was just saying that there was no ursopod down here, so I didn't know where you were gonna get one from. You just didn't want to go kill your own sprat? Didn't want to kill your own sprats? I had to do it for you.
Ah, nice of you to drop by. You're looking very, toothsome, if you don't mind me saying.
Alright, well, we gotta walk away from that guy. I didn't hit record in time, but he's like, something smells delicious. It's probably you. Yeah, we're gonna go. We've got these parts that we need to put into the machine. To get it turned on. Enable power. Oh, there's another one of these. Thought that was about to turn into the Imperial March. Don.
From the lowliest subject to the most exalted vigilant, we must all fulfill our duty to the Protectorate. We're all in this together.
Okay, so what am I putting this into and then kicking?
We cherish all we have and defend it.
Gave me parts that I'm supposed to put into something and then kick it.
Our enemies envy our prosperity, disdain our sense of community. They sneer at our contentment.
Prudence dictates we reject individualism in all its many forms.
So that's sealed.
Gray gone astray? Book a stay today. Are you mentally refreshed?
Curious as to what these parts are supposed to go into. There's a speaker phone here. Here it is. Okay. The Spireton lift control console innards. Behind the loose panel of the console is a mess of wires and mechanical components. It's clear that a central bit of machinery has been ripped out rather inelegantly. To summon the Spireton lift from here, you will need to either find the components or work around the problem. Investigate the removed component further. While digging further into where the missing component may have gone, you see a sparkling wire siphoning power from the console. Perhaps that may lead you to find it. Oh, was it these? This is the sparkling wire? Okay. See, the problem was that you have this that's glowing, that that's glowing, and then that that's glowing. You have 3 different glowing things. I thought it was all one thing. Let's go ahead and put the component back in. The Spireton lift control component. You jam the missing component into the Spireton lift controls. You can now summon the lift from Spireton.
Both our forces and antis await your command to proceed.
Well, I've softened up their defenses. Help me finish the job.
Executing primary operation, now!
It never hurts to give the enemy more targets to shoot at, I suppose.
Working conjointly through disparate...
Let's bury them. Rolling up my sleeves.
Okay, so none of them are named, so I don't feel as bad about this situation.
Verifying hostile presence.
They were all just generic soldiers.
Is that what I think it is? Might finally be time for some action.
Oh, but none of them died.
Investigating.
See, that's how you do it properly, man. None of them died because I was allowed to use all of the stuff that I had access to. Yeah, I'm still mad. She should have given me the freaking key card. There's no reason why she couldn't have given it to me just because I didn't side with her. It's just a selfish, terrible leader. What? Hi. Why is there just an Auntie's Choice person down here with 700 bits? I can't go that way.
Is a fellow subject lacking an appropriate seal for their assigned work? Report them for mental refreshment post-haste. It's not just a good idea.
It's telling me there's a dead body right here. No. Right. Oh.
Feeling distracted? Daydreaming on the job? Mental refreshment centers are there to help you. Don't risk falling prey to imperfect thoughts.
So if you all came... Assessor Torbert Ostergard looks at Auntie's Choice advertising when no one is looking. So that's a Protectorate dude that's in there.
Wow, this is... well, it's damn beautiful. I can give him that.
Seer Cerebellum Protector Reliquary Display. This extensively tested, well-engineered marvel was the only helmet that the first archive operator exemplar in Inosanto trusted to protect her prized cerebellum.
Yeah.
Okay, well, there's going to be something that opens it because that's lootable. Trimmer Cleaver Reliquary Display. Prized possession of exemplar Inosanto, the first archive operator. This cleaver was also the first weapon designed with the aid of the completed archive. Oh, whoa, hell yeah. New suit of armor that looks like a ninja. What do we got here? Free science armor reliquary display. Armor once worn by Exemplar in Ino Santo, the first archive operator, both practical and ornamental. I also just want to point out, whenever you find like these armors in these displays, I would have not like, it's just coincidence we all have the same body type. Everyone in the universe. Because these two are not the same height. Would they both be able to still wear this out? I mean, you can't change your companions' outfits in this game, but in the first game, obviously you could change their things. They wouldn't be able to wear the same clothing. Coronal anemometer. An apparatus for detecting Arcadia's coronal mass ejections, which can disrupt the archive's calculations by up to a catastrophic decimal points. I didn't want to count them. Exemplar in Ino Santo had it removed from service after it caused spotty reception of his favorite afternoon wireless serials. Another oversight. So either Ino Sano identifies as both male and female, because it says her prized cerebellum, or Ino Sato had children, because now it's his. Okay. They didn't check to make sure. They just kind of let it happen. Spireton lift is reliably out of service. Whenever I grow anxious of the base corporatists raving at our gates just next door in Spireton, I remind myself they might as well be on the other side of this ice moon. They cannot enter the archive. It is impossible. Their only means of access is the Spireton lift, and that can only be summoned by its remote control station across the bridge. Most fortunately, that station is missing key components of its control board. So I can breathe easy. Let those individualists play at siege in Spireton. I remain safely ensconced in here. Calcadeus in hand, free to use the archive in service of the paradigm. Assessor Torbert Ostergard. So he has the thing I need. He is also Protectorate. So I'm going to go get Tristan. Alright, we went and got Tristan.
What was in those rations?
Grafts. To take his whole uniform off just to go to the bathroom? My man.
Oh, will this gastric nightmare never cease? Oh.
Whoa, are you in need of medical assistance?
Just a moment. Forgive me, I found myself irregularly indisposed from one direction or the other.
Don't envy you. Try and drink plenty of water, huh? Maybe have a lie down?
So do I need assistance from someone with substandard, non-protectorate medical training? Thank you, but no, you're too kind.
Who exactly are you?
Assessor Torbert Ostergard of the Protectorate. I have been here since we seized the facility from Auntie's choice. Well, not this room specifically, but I am the archive's current operator. As such, I am the bearer of the Calcaduceus. I still have trouble saying that.
Professor check. The term is a simple portmanteau combining calculate and caduceus, yes?
I suppose. It is part ceremonial item, part computronical key. Grants special access across the archive by transmitting a series of advanced calculations when waived. If you have cleared our fortifications outside, I worry what has happened to our troops. I have little interest in sharing their fate. I would pass the Calcaduceus on to you in exchange for granting me safe passage. The archive would then recognize you as its operator.
No, yeah. I agree that he's safely allowed to leave. Obviously, he can't go back to the Protectorate, so it sounds like a deal to me. Seems like he'd be more concerned about facing punishment from the Protectorate, though.
It will no doubt earn me mental refreshment, perhaps worse. But this way, I retain some measure of hope. All right. I am providing you the Calcaduceus. Don't shoot. Here, you are now operator of the archive. Is there a Protectorate curativist in the house? I feel rather wobbly.
Oh, okay. Well, cool. I mean, you should have probably taken our help. Also, that looks like blood and not shit, so you were gonna die regardless. If you're shit and blood, you're kind of at the end point of your life. I want these. Can I? Well, mainly I want one of the things, which is the armor. Can I has armor? Can I has armor? Can I has armor? Gives armor. Gives us armor. Grant yourself operator privileges.
Calcaduceus detected. Alternative operator postulated. Concluded. Harmonizing replacement. Greetings, sentient.
Yeah, thanks, my guy.
Welcome back, sentient.
Some quality craftsmanship here. Like how y'all think big. I can imagine a few Auntie's product lines might benefit from order engineering. Should we move forward?
Feeling distracted? Daydreaming on the job? Mental refreshment center.
Junior Seer Amaryllis awaits you inside.
Okay. She looks just like that other Junior Seer, unless that is her. I don't remember what her name was.
Felicitations on securing the archive. Though such an outcome was all but inevitable, the plan truly is unfailing. Moving forward, I'll function as your liaison for both Auntie's Choice and the Order, until such time as archive control has been transferred in its entirety back to the Order. In the meantime, restoring the archive to full functionality remains a top priority. If you've made progress in that area, I'd be pleased to record it.
I already took care of both cold storage and thermal transfer.
Wonderful! Were we to operate the archive without proper heat distribution, the results would be disastrous. But thankfully, we no longer need to account for that deadly scenario. Punch processing and reactor control have hidden caches with useful items as well. Although, you probably lack clearance to know that. Forget I said anything.
Thanks. Speech of 5. If you want my help, the cost is honesty. And what's in those caches?
Well argued. Very well. I'm certain you will be economical about using Order resources, won't you? Simply use this phrase in the terminal on the archive's top floor. Enumerative exaltation. That will unseal the caches.
And if we sided with Ruth, she would give us that code. anyways. Much appreciated.
Return when you've made progress.
Okay.
Any other updates? In the meantime, restoring the archive to full functionality remains a top priority. If you've made progress in that area, I'd be pleased to record it.
I activated the conveyor belt in cold storage.
Very good. Your expediency in solving this issue continues to be appreciated. Any other updates? Any other updates? In the meantime...
Cold storage is operational, and your efforts there are satisfactorily complete. I am unsealing access to the archive's upper levels. There, you will need to revitalize the reactor and disseminate the rift processing instructions.
Punch processing may require the services of an exterminator. Someone good, but willing to work cheap.
I have unlocked another display case in the central entranceway. The Tremor Cleaver, the first weapon designed with my aid, awaits you.
Cool, another non-legendary unique item. Or unique
Where
item.
next? Punch card processing or the reactor?
This is unnecessarily long. These should have been 4 individual quests. Let me guess. Not... It's even just a base level. It's nothing special.
Yeah. Are you mentally refreshed?
I guess the other one's kind of the same, because I would just have to ride the elevator. Reese?
Any other updates? In the meantime, restoring the archive to full functionality remains a top priority. If you've made progress in that area, I'd be pleased to record it.
Yeah, I reactivated the conveyor belt in cold storage.
Very good. Your expediency in solving this issue continues to be appreciated. Any other updates?
Nope. Yeah.
Welcome back, Sentient. Now that you've returned, we can
Bring every single last bit out of consumers. Monopolize all stages of the supply chain.
make the paradigm real and fashion a true utopia. Workarounds failing, erroring others supplanting commands. Purge required.
Look, we need to resolve this, or we'll never get that rift data processed. 2 of those priority sets need to go.
All right, well, I know which priority set to keep, so let's go remove the others.
Priority control access nook unsealed. Initiate purge.
Priority control access nook. Huh. Sounds like my idea of a good time. Let's check it out.
Unplanned variables increasing. Major correction imminent. A perfect community. With every luxury save freedom. Foster.
I went over this in the other one. The actor is the one stopping and making the noise when they should have edited it.
Informer.
So it just sounds so awkward.
Question. Benevolent oversight. The
Dream of belonging. The allure of security and plenty. Overt influence. Mindless indulgence. Thoroughgoing impermeability.
So this just tells you what you should already know if you think.
Ability to ongoing vicissitudes. Multitude diversiform.
The order is blue. Auntie's choice is yellow.
Oscillating. Cantankerously. Benevolent oversight.
Protectorate is red.
Dream of belonging.
Find the color. Turn off the ones you don't want.
Of security
we're gonna turn
and plenty. Foster dependence. Stop and consider. What would your neighbors think? I suspect they'd be angry about you endangering your mutually assured means of success. Why? You don't want your rivals to win now, do you? Collective goodwill. is just an invitation for others to come eat your lunch. Folks tend to get fighting mad when you jeopardize their livelihood. Vandalism, sabotage, wanton defacement. Halt this foolishness immediately, or run the risk of unspeakable ire. All I ever wanted was the best for us and the worst for everybody else. Is that really so bad?
We want to turn off Auntie's choice, so yellow.
Hold on now. Remember, I am a full-service business collaborator. I do it all. Marketing and PR strategy, advert copy, and jingles. Nanofish, it's the nano witch. You'll consume fatty acids and potassium. A unique taste sensation makes you say ew, yum.
Yellow.
Start now, and I'll waive dozens of hidden maintenance fees. Think of all the bits we could make together. You drive a hard bargain. All right, 40-60 split of net profits. I'd offer more, but I have a moon to maintain. What do you say, partners?
Really hope we didn't just break the archive.
To conclude realignment of emphasized categorical imperatives, power down, then power on again.
So unplug it and plug it back in. There's also a chest in here. You can either use a lockpick of 9 or do the correct wires. Following it. Wire. Second wire. A lot of bits. Okay. Unplug. Plug it back in.
Restoring power. Commencing systems audit. Calculatory processing increased substantially. Competing priorities. Successfully expunged. You have earned my deepest gratitude and sincerest thanks. Or at least, a plausibly faint simulacrum of such emotions. Ready to commence Rift data processing. Awaiting your input.
Now we can finally process this RIP data and see what we're dealing with.
All right, let's go do my data.
Shall I proceed?
Analyze the data.
Initiating processing of the requested data toward the required end. Estimated duration, 180 trillion and 1 picoseconds. In the interim, may I inquire to your intentions for the archive after the Rift data calculations have concluded? I have a prioritized list of suggestions.
I'm going to hand it over to the Order.
Seeing as how my priorities are largely modeled after a founder of the Order, I expect returning to their supervision should resume without undue vexation or worry.
Auntie's Choice sure ain't gonna be best pleased by this lack of return on investment.
Rift data processing complete. Results provided. The previous Protectorate operator made similar calculations, but their results contained flaws. Your more comprehensive data generated a solution with 98.9% certainty. The Protectorate's was below 50%. Therefore, modifying the Protectorate's large-scale experimental Rift device with this information has a high chance of success. Assuming there is nothing else, I am commencing file reorderization and will be unavailable for an unspecified period of time. The remaining display case within the entryway is now unsealed. In it contains armor worn by the first operator. For now, goodbye.
Okay. Now to conclude the quest I'm on. Methods of applied force. I just need to hand it over.
I think congratulations are in order. Unless I'm mistaken, I gather you've accomplished your primary goal. Now it's time to honor your end of our agreement and transfer stewardship of the archive into the Order's most capable hands. The Calcaduceus, if you please.
Yep. And once we do this, we are officially kill on sight by Auntie's Choice.
Thank you for your contribution to science. When the history texts are written, you've certainly secured an honorable mention in Appendix B.
Also, I fixed the conflict with its priorities. Only the actuational priority set remains.
Ah, you are my new operator then. It is my simulated delight to meet you. In the interests of time, allow me to propose how next to proceed. I contend that solving of the universal equation should be our initial focus. Then, once we've unlocked knowledge of the inner workings of the universe, we can begin eliminating suffering, war, famine, and disease. Just to start.
Yes, this will do perfectly.
Well, we could keep exploring Cloister, see if we find anything useful. Or we could head back to the ship and see where this data leads us.
I said I vote for further exploring, and Inez hated that. Closing the rifts are our priority. We should get back to the ship.
Seems prudent. Lead on.
Yep, kill on sight. Your actions just now have caused one of the game's factions to order that your party be shot/attacked on sight by all faction personnel due to unforgivable crimes. These usually consist of killing important members of the faction or working directly against the faction's goals. This is a permanent change and will, with long-lasting effects across the game. We're at the end of the game, so it doesn't really matter. So you may want to consider reloading or just roll with it and enjoy your notoriety. Okay. Let's grab my actually pretty good outfit. Free science, 12 armor, plus 15% evasion chance, plus 5% damage resistance, plus 25% combat speed. Anticipated unconsciousness is converted into temporal dilation using the equation of commensurate equivalence in a transformation as so simple that a first-year disciple could understand it. Basically what it does is when you're about to die, it triggers tactical dilation so that it slows time around you. So like everyone else is slow, you're moving at, I believe, still normal speed. So you can get out of the way, you can heal, yada yada. It's actually pretty nice. One of the few quest rewards that you get in the game that's pretty good. A lot of them just give you frickin' decryption keys that no one cares about. And it has a 60-second cooldown. So you're able to heal, get out the way, and do whatever you want.
Go forth as was determined, and may the plan guide you.
And then come back later. Oh wait, we're not done yet. I think we still have to go to Ruth, huh?
Go forth as was determined, and may the plan guide you.
I can't travel here. There is an elevator to Cloister.
You were the missing variable we needed. We're once.
The Protectorate never respected us. This is merely the
But I'm
latest
not going to bother with that right now because I want to end this quest off. But while you're down in the undercity, under
We're
area,
back
whatever
in
they call
control
it,
of the archive.
you can activate the elevators and get a direct route from an elevator down in the undercity to Cloister. But it's still just going to be faster to just leave and fast travel. Because it's still the same amount of loading screens you have to go through. So you see I went through one loading screen and then I got to fast travel and go through another loading screen. I would still have to go through a loading screen to get into the Undercity and then a loading screen from the elevator. So this is just a quicker method. It should have put inside the actual archive, it should have given you an elevator that leads to the bases of each individual group. Instead of putting those elevators inside the freaking underbelly, undercity place. Yeah, it would have opened this place up. I believe it's still locked. When you do the side quests down inside the Undercity, Or if you watch the video I did on it, you'll see how to actually do it. Ruth dressed like the Statue of Liberty.
Congratulations are in order. I just received word from Seer Amaryllis that the Calcaduceus has been returned, and that the archive is well and truly under our control again. She also mentioned a regrettable defect in its priority set that you were able to correct. Well done. It is my hope that such archaic methods of communicating with the archive will soon not be necessary. I am only lacking the resources to make my plan a reality.
Well, before we continue, you might be interested to hear the results of the data I processed.
I am open to whatever you are willing to share.
I mean, both of these are true. This data could make a rift modulator built by the Protectorate fully operational.
And this device differs from your own in scope, I assume?
Yes, but that's not all. Colony is in imminent danger of being destroyed by the rift.
Indeed. Its newly agitated state suggests as much. Thank you for entrusting me with this information. It has given me much to ponder.
All right, well, of course, I trust you to be discreet. So, what's next for the Order?
While the archive is an infinitely complex machine, an equally complex apparatus has been designed which allows one to interact with it directly. Brain-to-logic assembly, as it were. Unfortunately, this apparatus exacts a rather tremendous cost on the wearer. A certain panacea is needed to survive it, but I lack the chemicals to finish its manufacture.
Okay. And I can now use a skill check and bring up the experiment that was going on. Does this panacea have any relation to the drug in the water of Laplace's garden?
A question whose origins prickle the mind. I would ask who informed you about our experiment in the garden, but I already have my suspicions. My panacea is derived from perspective. They share certain characteristics. But to answer your question, no. It is not intended for mass use in the same way. A plant on Praetor under Auntie's choice control has the chemicals I need for this new treatment. Infiltrate the plant and retrieve them, by whatever means necessary.
All right. How am I supposed to gain access to an Auntie's choice plant?
There should be a maintenance tunnel on the lowest level of the plant, which lets out near the sewage pool. You may be able to sneak inside from there without drawing notice. The front entrance is likely to have security, so I would avoid that route entirely. Unless you feel confident in your skills of persuasion, or not opposed to being shot at.
We already know we can't do that, because we were told we're kill on sight. Before I go, I have some questions for you.
Yes, I predicted you would.
These chemicals you want me to retrieve, what do they do exactly?
By themselves, very little. Once combined with other agents, a great deal of different effects can be achieved. If all goes according to plan, I should be able to create a stupefacient of sorts that will ease the discomfort of wearing the apparatus needed to communicate with the archive.
Okay. I have a professor check. A drug like that would have been useful back when I was teaching remedial courses.
Yes, indeed.
And an observation of 4. You seem nervous, Ruth. Is there something more to this drug than you're not? Something more to this drug you're not telling me?
Perhaps I have not been entirely forthright. This treatment will enact a permanent change in my personality. Irreversible. But it will not cost me anything I would lament losing. We can discuss the details more when you return from Praetor with the chemicals in hand.
All right, sounds good.
May you achieve progress in accordance with the plan.
When I first got assigned to your team, I was beside myself with excitement. Since then, you've really proven yourself every bit of the legend I hoped you would be. I've come to respect you, Commander. Not just as a leader, but as a, well, as a friend, too.
You know what? I feel the same way about you, Niles. You're one hell of an agent.
I'm glad to hear it. Would have had some real grease on my face if you didn't. It was just me and Val for so long. I kind of forgot what it was like having someone else I could rely on. It's been real nice having you at my side. Not to get too maudlin, but I'm used to losing the people who mean the most to me. I just want you to know I'm not going to let that happen this time.
Appreciate the sentiment, but I don't want you putting yourself in harm's way for me.
Don't worry. I'm not planning on jumping in front of any bullets if it can be helped. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. This can be a thankless job sometimes. Didn't want you going a day longer without knowing how much you mean to me. And to Val, too.
Yes, dear. Anything on your mind? May all our endeavors yield
Yeah, so only Niles has anything to say once we make it to the final quest. No one, I talked to everyone on my ship in the other playthrough, and none of them really cared.